Hi everybody, it's Diane. I know I haven't been on in a couple of days, but I'm here for a brief while anyway today. I had to go to Sam's Club, or to the craft store, because I needed this red tape. I told you that I had to stop working on these covers because I ran out of my red tape. I could have used my Fabri-Tac glue, but this is how I make them, and this is how I like making them, so I wanted to do it the same way I always do. So, I was going to go yesterday. Yesterday was Monday. But I had to work a few hours, and when I got out of work, it was pouring again, just like the other day when I wanted to go. I don't want to drive up there in the rain. And I knew it was supposed to not rain today, so I waited till today. So anyway, I went up there. I'll show you what I got. It's a boring haul, pretty much. My hauls are boring from the craft stores now because I'm refraining from buying too much stuff. But I did get my red tape, as you can see. I already opened one and started using it. I got a couple from Hobby Lobby and some from Michael's. They're actually a little bit more expensive at Michael's now. They raised the price a little bit. And I got some waxed linen cord for sewing my signatures into the spines. And I got some vintage photo distress oxide, as I said I needed a new pad. Also, I went to Hobby Lobby and looked for Christmas paper. You can't find Christmas paper in the thin kind of paper that I like to use for my journal pages, only in the cardstock. They had several packages of it, and all the Paper Studio, the cardstock ones, all the Paper Studio was half off. So this is the same one I got last year, but it was the best one. It's the one I like. So I got that so I can make some Christmas journals and maybe use some of the paper in some journal kits. So I figured I needed to do something a little bit of fun. So I looked at the stencils and I got this one. This isn't really made for paper crafting, it's made for stenciling home decor. They put it on a tote bag, but I just thought this was so adorable. I actually like the home decor stencils because they're big, and I think the price is a little bit better than the ones you get in the paper crafting. But isn't that cute? I love this with a little cottage. And I would use these for more than farm journals. I mean, I could use the trees and this for any journal, but there's a cow and a pig and a duck and a bunny. They're just cute. Anyway, I got that. And then I found this on clearance. This was regular $30 and it was $7.49. So I thought this would be really fun to have some of these already cut and prepped to put into journals. Looks like somebody already used it. Yeah, the seal is broken. Wonder if they used it and didn't like it and brought it back. It's just a white one. Wonder what they didn't like about it. Guess I'll have to try it and see if I like it. But it seemed to have worked okay. But I thought that was a pretty good... Sorry. I thought that was a pretty good deal. Then when I got home, my son came over because I had told him that I had made cookies last night, his favorite, oatmeal cookies with chocolate chips. So he came over when he got out of work at 2 to get some cookies, and he sat and talked with me for a while. Oh, I don't need to put that back in there right now. I'm just talking and not thinking. And he sat and talked with me for a while because we haven't had a chance to talk for a while. And then his daughter and his wife came over, so they hung out for a while. That would be my granddaughter, you know. And then after they left, I had to call my daughter. So I had her on speakerphone so I could work on putting this journal cover together, at least while I was talking to her. But I couldn't spend time with you while I was on the phone with her. So I have a little bit of time now before I have to attend to other things. But I did do this cover while I was talking to my daughter on the phone. I like that it's got the red, black, and white cover. So I found this fabric in my stash that is just really, really cute with red, white, and black. And I added this. And then just added a red and white fabric on the inside with some black and white ribbon. So this journal cover is done, and I've got the pages done pretty much. I might have to do a little more on them. And this cover I have put together with the chipboard and the tie back. All I need to do is figure out my fabrics and get that put on. So I figured we would do that. I've got some pink and purple type of stuff because that's the color of this book. I don't know if I can do something with that, but it's really cute. A vintage quilted piece. I have some of the polka dot triangles in my stash because I got this bag full of stuff and it had these, just a couple of these, and some of the triangles that weren't pieced. And I have this purple pillowcase. Most of the other stuff that I got out was possibilities for the red and black cover, so I guess this is all I have in here. I haven't cut into this pillowcase at all, but I think I like this pillowcase on here. And it's a nice thick one. It's not a real thin pillowcase, so I think we'll go with this. Let me see. These are my better fabric scissors. So I'm just gonna cut this pillowcase open. Get past the hem. I would like to use this part, and I think that I won't even bother taking the hem out. I'll just leave it like that. I think that's fine. I like the insides of these books because they have writing charts and writing, and so I want to leave the end papers as they are. Oh, do you remember I said I bought these teardrop shaped paper clips and I didn't know where I put them? I couldn't find them. And then I remembered yesterday, I suddenly remembered that I had made these paper clips with vintage magazine images. And then I said, oh, I bet they're with those. And then I knew where to look and I found them. So I put some of these in the journals that I've just made that these covers are for. Why did I do that? I could have made it long enough to wrap all the way around, I think. Yes, let's do that. It's easier when I can do that. Okay. Now, if I can get my act together, I'll get this fabric glued on. Got all kinds of stuff in my way. Normally I like to have the seam at the bottom, but because I want, well, maybe it would look better down here. Yeah, I think that looks okay. All right, I think we're ready to start gluing. This cover is so wide. It's a little awkward. Okay. I am going to start with this little flappy part at the bottom. Then I'm going to put the glue on this part. I put a little spot right here so I would know where to stop. I'll spread this out a little bit so it doesn't show through the fabric so much, I hope. Now I can glue the rest. So while I was out shopping today, I went to Michael's first, and I think all I got there was the red line tape and the wax thread. Oh, I got the stencil there too. Then I went to Staples and got my planner pages for 2020. I have a Franklin Covey planner, but I usually just get my pages, my refill pages at Staples. They don't have Franklin Covey, but they have Day Runner, and they fit. So I found, and I usually wait till closer to the end of the year, and then I don't have as many choices. So I figured while I was up there, I would go look, and I got a choice. So I got one with pretty garden pictures on it. And then I went to Sam's Club. Oh, Barnes & Noble. I went to Barnes & Noble just to look at magazines and stuff. I didn't get a magazine, but I got a gift for my grandson for Christmas. It's you know those, have you seen those big Harry Potter books? They're the original stories, but now that doesn't fit. They are illustrated. I forgot the artist's name, but he's doing one about every year. Do I want to use gray? I think that's okay. They come out before Christmas. It's a good time, right? They're expensive because they're big illustrated books. And I texted my daughter to see if he would want that, because it just came out today, the fourth one, Goblet of Fire, just came out today. And it was half price at Barnes & Noble. So I asked her if he would want one, and she said yes. So I got him that for Christmas. Then I went to Hobby Lobby and got what I showed you, that pad of paper and the Distress ink. And then I came home. Well, I went to the mall too. There's a mall real nearby those plazas. And I was returning. There's an FYE there for your entertainment. And they buy DVDs and CDs and stuff, and then they resell them. You know, they're marked. Oh, sorry. They're marked as pre-owned, and they sell them. But you can take in what you don't want, and some of them they'll buy, and some of them they won't. So I got $11 whole, 11.25 for some movies, and then I came home with a bunch of them that they didn't want. My husband was an avid movie collector and game collector. But he liked certain types of movies, like, you know, action, the superhero ones, Marvel mostly, and Batman. And, you know, some comedies, but mostly the action movies. So I've been, you know, the kids took the ones they wanted, and I thought that I had taken care of all the ones of his that I didn't want, but then I, you know, going through them again, I thought, oh, I'll probably never watch it without him. I would watch them with him, but without him here, I probably won't watch it. So I got rid of some more. And while I was up there, I got a pretzel at Auntie Anne's. So that was my lunch. Pretzel and a lemonade. That's cute, isn't it? I like that. Now, I can decorate this plain white edge. I think that'll be fun to work on. And I've got this fabric with some purples and pinks. And it's the same triangle shaped fabrics that I used on the first of the textbook covers that I did. It's cut quite jagged on that end. So I can put that there. It's kind of dirty there anyway, so you can cover that up. I did wash it, but that won't come off. And I have this sheet piece. I finished the pages for the 3 journals, but I didn't turn my camera on over the last couple of days. Just, I don't know. I just needed to be by myself, I guess. Needed to craft quietly. And a lot of times I don't have a whole lot of time, so I just do what I can and then go on to the next thing. And it's just easier to do it on my own. Well, I'm not sure if I cut that the right shape. I think maybe I want it to be a little wider. I just made it skinnier, but now I'm thinking I shouldn't have. I'm just experimenting here, folks. See what I like. Because I want to cover up that part that says Teacher's Annotated Edition. And I want you to be able to see it on both sides of the triangle, I guess. So I think that's what I need to do right there. But how far do I want it to wrap around? I think that's fine. Okay, so where do I need the glue? I need it to be from that word to that word. Try to get it to not come out so fast. This is that stupid bottle with the wide tip. And I get too much glue. Oh, it's almost 6. I was an hour behind in my thoughts. I figured I'd craft until 5 o'clock. Because it was 4:30, but really it was 5:30. So I have less time in the rest of my day than I thought. That's always disappointing. And this is my day off. The rest of the days I'm working and or babysitting. Those boys are not hard to take care of, you know, they're not tiny. I get Teddy off to school and then I have Adam here doing his charter schooling, but the only problem is that I have to get up so early. And it seems like those are nights that I can't sleep. I mean, I always have trouble sleeping, but if I have to get up at 5:15, you can bet I am not going to be sleeping much that night because I just can't. And I usually have to do it 2 days in a row. Like this week. That's okay, we get through it. I'm glad I'm there to help my daughter and spend time with those boys because I love them. They're pretty good kids. Alright, so I think I'm going to look for a yo-yo or something to decorate. Oh, I got them right here. These are not the vintage ones. I'm still working on taking that quilt apart. And as I get sections taken off it, I wash them. But these are nice, fresh, new ones. I bought them from an Etsy seller. I actually have 2 sizes. This one is about 2 inches and this one is about 1 inch. And one of them came from, you can see that right there in case you're interested. And I don't remember which size I got from her. And I don't have the name of the other one in here. And I got them quite a long time ago. So I don't remember. I think I just looked up yo-yos on Etsy and found them. Fabric yo-yos. Now I need something here. This purple crochet I don't use a whole lot of purple, so this would be a good time to use some of it. I think I would have fun writing in one of these junky journals. Use your stash journals, junky journals, whatever you want to call them. Eclectic journals. They just have a mishmash of everything in them. They're not supposed to be pretty, but I like pretty, so I kind of tend to go that way when I'm making stuff. So there are pretty elements, like this pretty sheet with the pretty lavender trim. And the other ones that I just sold with the pretty science book covers and the lace and the fringe on the front, they were pretty. The covers were pretty and not just messy journals. So that's kind of my tendency, but I also have messiness and randomness in these books, and I think they're fun. And I hope that you think so too, because I'll have 5 of them to put in my shop, and I'd like to see them go to good homes, where someone will appreciate their randomness. Now I am very gluey, but I think the covers, or this one anyway, is just about done. I don't know what I need to do to this one, if anything. I think maybe I like it just the way it is. Yeah, I think I'll leave this one for now anyway, and then I'll probably have just some fabric or something tied around it once it's done. These are the pages. That glue's still wet. I can't put the pages in that one yet. And where's the other one? That one. So I have 3 journals that I can start sewing signatures in, and that's exciting to me. So I think that's it for today. Thank you for hanging out with me and letting me ramble on and show you my boring haul. But I missed hanging out with you guys, so I thought I would just do a little video today, and hopefully I'll be able to do one tomorrow too. But what is tomorrow? Wednesday. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully I'll have time. But I will be back. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.